we've got ourselves a GCN video. How to clip out. No, how to improve your cycling training results with nutrition.
Being as light
it.
as possible, as well as getting stronger and fitter, are things that most cyclists strive to achieve, yet what most professional cyclists are able to attain. But how do they do it?
So like I've said before, this is the holy grail. Losing weight, gaining power. That's exactly what I've been doing, eating plants and showing my results. So let's see what Team Sky have to say. What can I learn from them? What have they been doing?
Well, to find out, we've come to speak to James Morton, Head of Nutrition at Team Sky, to find out.
How can you maximise the response of muscle to training? Sure. Simply by changing what you've eaten before, during and after the session itself.
So the key to training, losing weight, gaining power, before, carbs, 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 and then during carbs, and then after carbs. So done. Video finished.
High carbohydrate versus carbohydrate restriction, if you like. So restricted carbohydrate before, during and after.
So this is the kind of fasted training side of things, isn't it?
Yeah, well there's many ways to restrict carbohydrate, and we call that an amalgamation of train low paradigms.
Okay.
And that's under the umbrella of fueling for the work required.
Okay. So in my mind, I'm trying to cut through this jargon bullshit so that I can actually understand what he's talking about, because I want to learn something from this video. I don't just want to disregard this guy's advice outright, because my advice just happens to be completely opposite to what he's talking about. But I know from experience that the training like this, that training fasted, just doesn't allow you to train with intensity, to train with the intensity that you need to make gains on the bike, to lose weight and gain power at the same time. And it also, not to mention, does it suck all the fun out of cycling? Does it not make you want to get out on your bike? Restricting training fasted is the fastest way to suck the fun out of cycling.
Are there any specific other food groups that you think are important that people should perhaps look at and consider that could give?
Let's guess what he's going to say. Somehow I don't think he's going to say carbs. It's either going to be fat or protein. We've got a 1 in 3 chance of guessing the right answer. I'm going to go for protein.
Benefits or improve our riders' training, or at least their recovery from training.
Well, the obvious one is protein, really, isn't it?
Obviously it's protein. Obviously, the anabolic food group protein is the one you want when you're trying to lose weight. Yeah.
Like science and sport, for instance, are now communicating the importance of protein to endurance athletes.
It is quite a controversial subject, isn't it?
So, from what he's saying, I should be protein deficient, because there's not a day that goes by that I think about protein. I've never thought about protein, the macronutrient protein, when I'm training to lose weight and gain power. And the advice is simple: eat enough plants, and you'll get enough protein. That is as simple as that. And you don't need to focus on any specific amino acids. Eat enough plants, and you'll be getting every single amino acid you need in abundance.
So that's where you need high quality amino acids.
High quality amino acids. The way this guy talks is that he almost wants to lead you down. He wants to lead you down a nice, complicated path that leads to where his profit is going to be. where science. He wants to lead you down the science and sport pathway. Take you on the science and sport tour that leads you to their gift shop that contains whey protein and all the specific amino acids that he's been talking about.
Essential amino acids. But of course, then you supply all of the other essential amino
look
acids
at this
in
shit,
the post-exercise recovery period.
Talking about specific amino acids is just anal. You don't need to focus on specific amino acids. The advice is simple: eat plants, enough of them, and you will get protein, fat, carbs, everything in the right quantities that you need in order to lose weight, gain power, perform at your best. And that is as simple as the advice is.
What about the involvement of other food groups? So like your vitamins and your minerals that we see in fruit and vegetables, that clearly has, an important part to play as well. I mean, what would be the detrimental effect if you didn't get that balance right?
Well, that's more from an immune perspective, really. So it's vitamins and minerals certainly don't improve performance.
When you're not recommending that we should get, like, the vitamins and minerals aren't important, getting those, that protein is more important than getting vitamins and minerals. When you're sick in bed because your immune system is fucked, how many watts are you going to be pushing then? Focusing on protein is just a waste of time. Focusing on protein is such a waste of time when you should be focusing on getting leafy greens is way more important.
Thanks very much. So low carb, high protein
is the fastest way to exhaust yourself, burn out, and make cycling boring as fuck. Because the problem I have with this guy's advice is that he, at the very heart of his advice, is restriction, and doing anything through restriction is not going to be sustainable long term. And if you want results long term to reach your fitness potential, then doing it through restriction is just not the way to go about it. And so listening to this guy's advice, it just makes me think it's just a sales pitch. It's a sales pitch. He's taking you on the SIS tour that leads you to the gift shop where they've got loads of tubs of whey protein to sell to you that tick this checklist of jargon that you must have, or you're just not going to be able to perform on the bike. You're never going to be able to perform like a Team Skyrider unless you check these amino acids off the list that are on the back of these tubs of whey protein. You know, so I'm not going to be following this guy's advice. So I'm sorry, GCN, but you forced me to do this. Take that. So if you want to make cycling boring as fuck, then follow this guy's advice. Otherwise, get out on your bike, train with intensity, train the house down, eat plants, enough of them, and I'll see you in the next one.